Guys, I want to talk a little bit more about the Superman trailer and kind of break it down, talk about some of the things that we saw in a little bit more detail. I made a list of things that I'm going to go through, and I think we should start with probably the thing I'm most excited for being a Green Lantern guy is just seeing a Green Lantern in the trailer. We saw Guy Gardner, and, not to gatekeep, these kind of movies, but I'm already seeing so many people in the comments being like, I can't believe Green Lantern looks like this, and, it's obvious just reading comments that there's a lot of casual fans who don't know what's going on, but also there are a lot of fans who just like, for me because I follow it so closely, I know this Lantern show is coming out. I know Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are going to be in that, and that this is Guy Gardner, but a ton of people don't know that. So his haircut was very comic accurate. If you notice, he also wears his Green Lantern ring on his middle finger, not his ring finger, which I think is a really cool touch because he's kind of a dick. Nathan Fillion plays him, who's like best friends with James Gunn. He was in the Guardians movies, so I think that was good. We saw Mr. Terrific and Hawkgirl. I still don't like Hawkgirl. I don't like any of their costumes. I think they're going to be working for Lex Luthor, and then Superman's going to show up, not working for anyone, and there's going to be like a power struggle. I think that's what's going to happen. And eventually, at the end of the movie, he'll have them kind of leave Lex and join them. Mr. Terrific, long overdue. I don't know the actor's name, but he was in X-Men First Class as Darwin, and he's a really good actor, so I thought that was really good casting. He's great in the animated show, so I think that's really good. Hawkgirl 2. We got Hawkman and Black Adam, which I actually loved him in that movie, but I thought it was weird they didn't use Hawkgirl. But now that we're getting her in this movie, I guess it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Other things that we saw, just like Lex Luthor in general, played by Nicholas Hoult, who's played Beast in X-Men, and he's in Nosferatu coming up. He's been in a bunch of things. And he actually almost was Batman. He finished second to Pattinson. He didn't get that role, but he got Lex Luthor's pretty good follow-up. I fully expect him to be better than Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg I actually don't think was bad. The problem is that he was so similar to Mark Zuckerberg in Social Network. If the Social Network didn't exist as a movie, I think we'd see him as a better Lex Luthor, but it just was so similar. But I think Lex looked good. The bald head. He looked menacing. We didn't see him talk, but overall, I thought it looked cool. You can see him kind of like look pissed as Superman flies by. So I like that a lot. We got some looks at the Daily Planet, which I think looked way better than Man of Steel. The Man of Steel movies were just so dark and dull, and I think these just look so much more colorful. And not only colorful, but just different than movies that we've seen recently. Just in general, like most movies don't look like this. So I don't know what they did. I'm not like a technical person with the camera and the color grading, but I think it looks good. And then obviously the big one is we got Crypto. And that's another one where I saw people commenting like a super dog. That's so stupid. Like clearly a lot of people don't know. I think people overestimate who are comics fans how much people actually know about the comics. So clearly there are people who think Crypto was made up for this movie, which obviously he wasn't. The dog, I think the dog looks good. It will look crystal clear, the trailer. Even watching it like on my computer, it looked good. But yeah, obviously we didn't get that with Henry Cavill, so it's good to get him. And overall the trailer just looked great. And then I guess the last point that I want to touch on is just the farmhouse and his father, his adopted father. I thought that looked good. There was no talking in this trailer, so it's hard to tell, but they really touched on, I feel like we got a little bit of each scene, which will make up the movie. And it all just looks really, really good. Like I said, the thing I'm most excited for is the Green Lantern stuff. I'm just a huge Green Lantern fan. Not so much of Guy Gardner, but just seeing the green laser beam was so cool, especially against Superman. It's not going to do anything because Superman can smoke the Green Lantern. But still, I'm super excited. I'm glad that we're getting other superheroes connected. I think it's just going to be such a better setup than what they did with the old DCU, the way they set up these. So those are my main, I guess you can call them Easter eggs for this trailer. Not a ton because, no one really spoke. But, just really, really cool stuff all around. Thanks, guys, for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.